Hey, we are live here in Birmingham for TIPUK Summit, the Intentional Parenting Summit, happening live in Birmingham with coaches Ebuka, Coach Kunle, and Coach Wendy. So come with us, and it's going to be exciting. Don't stop watching. I'm going to give you details of everything that happened, coupled with my weekend getaway with my sweetheart. Let's go. Welcome on board. So we left our abode. That was the evening prior to the day for the event. Drove for like 3 hours. I always leverage on road trips to catch up on books we haven't read together as a couple. So road trips is my perfect time for us to catch up on a book. We talk, bonding, just share jokes, just to take advantage of the time and keep awake and, have a good time together. So book reading as a couple, I will always, suggest, or I will always recommend that as a couple. So we arrived at Birmingham. The next morning, we were right at the venue. We started off by, showing up for registration at the desk. I must give it up for the planning committee for this beautiful summit. It was well planned, considering that, every one of the planning committee were at different, locations in the UK. Coming together to plan this summit was definitely a big goal, and they nailed it. So we got our tags, got settled in. But before we settled in, first took some pictures, just checked around and had a good time taking pictures while we were waiting. And it was while we were snapping pictures, I think. Yeah, before we got seated down, we just, got an announcement that the coaches have arrived. So we all had to leave the hall and go downstairs to welcome them. The reception was epic. I'm going to let you listen to this part because it was beautiful. It was as if the president of the country just arrived. It was a very warm reception, very beautiful. It was an emotional moment filled with a lot of laughs and joy. I'll let you enjoy this moment, and I'll be back to let you go. So this was right at the entrance of the hall. It was loud. It was a loud one. It was beautiful and a loud reception. So they got seated in, of course, not immediately because we still have to do some dance, meeting these coaches for the very first time physically. So I've been following Coach Wendy, Coach Kunle, all the coaches from the Intentional Parenting Academy for like a year now. But this is the first time I'm actually meeting them in person. So it was a big thing for me. It was beautiful. So I got to meet Coach Wendy, I met Coach Kunle, I met Coach Ebuka, and I met a new coach. That was my first time hearing about Coach Chinda. So they got seated down here. And the first person that was on the session that day was Coach Chinda. He shared about the radical responsibility. This guy shared about how he lost 15 kg in 2 months just by self-motivating himself. It was an amazing session. Really, it was mind blowing. And next, Coach Ebuka came on board. Coach Ebuka will literally, share. He will literally impart you with the zeal in his voice, in his courage, in his body language. He shared about Jochebed in the Bible. Now, Jochebed was the mother of Moses. If you're a Christian, you will know this story very well. He shared about how Jochebed, the mother of Moses, used system and strategic partnerships in raising her son right under the palace, or right in the king's palace, and yet not of the palace. It demonstrated how she leveraged on the skills and a lot of boldness. I'll let you hear a session for a moment and I'll be back.
If anybody will die, this one can die, change the body. The same thing that Jochebed did when I was in the grave, kill every man child. Jochebed said, I see that Moses is a proper child. Everybody can die.
And that was Coach Ebuka. Now, on this session, we had a split out of different sessions for different people. So we got to talk about cases and scenarios that centers around parenting in this generation that we are. So there were real life experiences, real life coach cases that we had to talk about. It helped with bonding with other parents to see, okay, how are we going to do about raising our children in the generation we find ourselves and doing it right. So next session, this was lunchtime. It was already lunchtime, so we went for lunch, went to the cafe, grabbed some food, ate, and we were back. We had rice. My favorite, rice. It was a beautiful lunch, and after this, we got right into the next session, and that is by Coach Kunle Ologe. Now, Coach Kunle is the founder of Marriage Academy. It's a marriage coaching academy, and he shared about making marriage work. He shared about a new book. I'm not sure it's a new book. One of his books about how to create a marriage plan and the 5 institutions you must work on. It was a very practical session for me because I am very passionate about relationships and about marriage. So this session was one I was looking forward to. But Kunle shared about marriage plan, developing a marriage plan for yourself and your spouse. He talked about building or creating a marriage program. He also talked about the mentorship system in your home. I'll let you hear some bit of his words here.
Our marriage plan, and then for the 6 months that we got it, we continued to write it. By the time we were getting married, we had a complete marriage plan, and that gave birth. Just let us go. And when your wife tells you, for the men again, men, I wish you were plenty here. I came for you. For the men again, when your wife tells you that she wants to go out with you, receive sense in Jesus' name. You don't understand this thing. Meanwhile, when you are in the university, you used to discern very well. That babe, once she's thinking something, you know. Now your wife can't discern. What is the problem? When she says, come, let's go and buy something, she just wants to walk with you. Please walk with her. She's an emotional being. She needs it. Soft life. You need to plan for fidelity. How you stay faithful. You need to plan for
annual conference. In 2021, Wendy was named one of the top 20 female coaches in the world by Divine Public Purpose magazine in the United States. She was featured on major networks including Fox, NBC, ABC, and CBS. She has been awarded and featured on many other platforms locally, including gracing the prestigious face of Aleo Vanguard cover in Nigeria. Wendy is a beacon of international. I'm able to pop. And really, it's because I'm married to a man that God has actually sent to help me do this thing that I do. And I do not in any way take it for granted. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. As a 10-year-old should be able to iron their clothes. Your 12-year-old, why are you walking? They should be able to walk to somewhere themselves. The person said to me, send me a private chat. Hey, father, you don't understand the UK system. I said, stop it, sir. Stop it. I visit UK very often. My children walk alone on the street. In fact, I even think it's safer down here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What impacts and what principles or what values are we shaping into the lives of our children for the generations to come? Now, this assignment is what Coach Wendy and all the coaches do at the Intentional Parent Academy. So Coach Wendy at this summit shared on the blueprint of raising a child in a fast-paced world. And I don't need to remind you that we are presently in that fast-paced world. She talked about life being all about experiences, and what experiences are we or our children having about us, their parents, in our generation? You know, we tend to be making so many things optional these days. Our faith, the values, principles, optional to them, forgetting that anything we make an option in a generation becomes non-existent in the next generation. Coach Wendy, Coach Kunle, Coach Ebuka shared on so many principles on how to intentionally be the parents that our children will be proud they have or they've had in years to come. It was an amazing time at the summit. We had question and answers. You know, we had so much time bonding with other parents that were also principles focused on how to intentionally raise their children. I had an amazing time at the summit, met new people, met Coach herself. It was a beautiful time meeting Coach. In fact, I was almost speechless. I didn't know what to say. I had to tell her, oh, this is Maple. I had to introduce myself because it's only have been chats, you know, all the way. So it was an amazing time, you know, meeting Coach Wendy, meeting Coach Kunle of the Marriage Management Academy, also meeting Coach Ebuka, meeting Coach Chinda.
From me to you, ladies and gentlemen. 0, 1, 2, capital letter D, capital letter I, and a perfect letter B. What was that?
I met friends. At this summit, I finally met Stella and Kunle, friends I've been chatting with for a while now. Meeting them physically was a fantastic one for me that weekend. I also had a one-on-one picture with Coach Wendy. Now, what is it about the Intentional Parenting Academy? The Intentional Parenting Academy hosts an inner circle program every year. Now, what is it about the inner circle program? It is a program for parents to up-level their parenting skills. You know, it's like a cohort program. It's definitely a cohort program for a whole year. And what should you expect from this? It's not just, you know, one of those cohorts or those programs you attend. It gives direct access to Coach Wendy Ologe and every other coaches on the academy, like direct access. It helps to create a personalized parenting plan that will help you with accountability, will help you with, you know, meeting your needs as a parent and also to your children. And with this cohort or during this cohort, you also have access to monthly webinars, to books, to amazing resources that you need for this parenting journey. You're also able to connect with a community of like-minded parents. The benefits are invaluable. They are enormous. I can't even talk about it, on this voiceover or in this video. I'll link more details on this video, so just check the description. You'll see more details. Just read about it and give it a go. So next morning, we continued the getaway. Like I said, we traveled all the way down to Birmingham, so we didn't go immediately. We slept over, and then in the morning we had breakfast. At this time, please don't ask me what I ate. I just had a bit of everything there. My husband is the English breakfast person, so he went for the full English breakfast. But me, that's not my thing. I just had a bit of everything. So you see me eating a bit of everything. That's me. So after breakfast, we got back to our abode, or will I say our lodge, and there we shot this content. It's somewhere up here if you just want to watch it. Just a couple's trivia that we did, just to have a nice time at the hotel. This was where we shot this particular video. And it was exciting. We just asked ourselves questions about each other, and then we got back and it was time to go. What's this video about? Just telling you about how my weekend went at Birmingham at the Intentional Parents Summit. I will highly recommend it. So shoot me an email, or like I said again, check the description on this video for all the details of the coaches, of the academy. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you stick around. And if it is your first time watching this channel, what are you waiting for? You'll get value here. So on this channel, I share everything about marriage, about relationships and family, about intentionally working on your relationships, on your marriage, and on that family of yours. So join me. I'll see you in another video. If you haven't subscribed, please click the button and subscribe. I'll see you again. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now. Bye.